Good morning, fellow lecturers. Our quality control case study title is Using Quality Function Deployment (QFD) in Designing the Green Practice of GSCM, specifying for Malaysia's small and medium-sized enterprise industries. To start our introduction, I would like to explain the meaning of Green Supply Chain Management (GSCM). This is a concept to mitigate environmental degradation through the adoption of green practice in business operations. GSCM is an approach to improve the efficiency of resource use. This is just an arbitrary concept with no special guideline for its implementation. Therefore, quality function deployment is used in this case study to help in designing the GSCM that is suitable for small and medium-sized enterprise. This figure shows that from the supplier production to the customer, that every step that is evolving, including the manufacturer, every step should be ended up in reuse and recycle step to minimize the environmental waste. Next, let's talk about quality function deployment. Quality function deployment was first developed in Japan by Mr. Yoji Akao in late 1960s while working for Mitsubishi Shipyard. It was later adopted by the other company, including Toyota and its supply chain. Quality function deployment is a tool to translating customer requirement, which is also known as VOC, Voice of Customer, into appropriate company requirement. Quality function deployment also introduced a method which is known as House of Quality to match the customer requirement to a product engineering characteristic. And the importance of quality function deployment are to introduce new existing product process as well as services. This figure shows how the quality function deployment actually works by driving the system level down to the subsystem level, then to the component level, and at last to the product process control level. Basic level is start off by collection of voice of customer, then is translating into product specification. Then competitive analysis is being conducted. On the next level, the critical part and assemblies are identified. Then to the third level are always bring about design, manufacturing, and assembly processes. Then lead to develop of process flow and identify critical process characteristics. Then to the last step, process parameters are determined. This figure shows the basic structure of House of Quality. At first, we look at the left side column, which is what. This defines the needs of customer, which is the voice of customer, while the horizontal column is how, which refers to the engineering characteristic. Then to the right side bar will always be the comparison of design with competitor. At the bottom will be the technical specification, refer to the what's. The square matrix in the middle is used for correlation analysis between what's and how's. This symbol shows how much the what and how related to each other. The roof matrix here is to measure how each element of engineering characteristic is is related to each other to avoid ambiguity situation. This figure shows the steps of quality function deployment that are being used, and every step will be dissecting and explained by my group member.
Hi, my name is Nurul Amirah binti Razali. My metric number is 20104333. I would like to present of House of Quality. For the step 1, first, identify customer requirement in X and the technical requirements in Y. Second, survey apply to the customers and stakeholder, internal and external holder. Third, factor analysis to classify and reduce those customer requirements and the technical requirement in improvement in the green practice. From table 1, show the 4 categories has classified. They have economic, social, environment, and others. It is found from survey from some expertise in the environment and supply chains. These categories are working for certified the customer requirements in the green practice at the company. Show the table 1, the list and abbreviation for house group. From the reducing and the classification by factor analysis, the variables are grouped into 4 categories. There are internal customer, internal stakeholder, external customer, and external stakeholder. Internal customer is the company employees, and internal stakeholder is the owner of company say. The external stakeholder from the investor or the partnership of the company business include the public people, especially the surrounding at the company, and the external customer consists for the buyers. Show the table 2, the list and abbreviation for what's group.
Then, step 2, additional of relevant information at sites. Chart that are based on survey and statistical data only regarding to corresponding what's customer requirement and how technical characteristic. And you guys can see at the diagram below. Then step 3. Step 3, correlation analysis and brainstorming. To define the weight based on the 3 scales of weak, moderate, and strong. The purpose of step 3 shows the SME's industry capabilities of satisfying the customer requirement with the capabilities of technical requirements they have in green practice improvements. Then you can see at the diagram the strength of the relationship between customer requirement and technical requirement. After that, the roof of the house show the internal relationship between the different costs.
Hai, Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. My name is Nurul Anissa Biha binti Nur Azman. Metric number 20104250. Today I want to talk and presentation about step 4. To find the priority value, 1. The last column on the extreme right is weighted average calculated using the formula important average times sum of all the relationship strength. 2. For the SMES competitive analysis and the priority analysis, where the numeric score for relationship strength are assigned as strong is 9 and moderator is 3, last but not least weak is 1. Next, about result and conclusion. The conclusion from the process in one related weight for economy, environment, social, and others, it can be seen from the result and figure 5 that the relative weight of economy is 97.83 and 53.75 for environment. Next, 100.50 is social and 50.50 is in others. That means, based on the result for our survey, social is more important, followed by economy, environment, and others. The attribution in voice of customer, VOC, to be put in the questionnaire. The data collected through the questionnaire show that the expectation about VC1, VC2, and VC3 of social factor was ranked as the most important skill that Figure Green practice need to complete for meet the standard of GSCM. This factor must be considered seriously in the final green practice design.